In your 20s, you have less responsibilities, more energy, and a robust capacity for recovery, making it far easier to spend 2 to 3 hours in the gym. As you age, however, responsibilities increase, energy levels decrease, and your ability to recover is diminished, forcing you to tighten up your workouts and spend less time in the gym. And that's why in today's video, I want to share a 30-minute full-body workout you can follow if you're limited on time or having issues with recovery but still want to pack on muscle mass. The question then becomes, can you actually build a substantial amount of muscle with 30-minute workouts? Recent studies have shed light on the potential of shorter workouts to deliver substantial results. First, let's talk about overall health. According to this systematic review, lifting weights for as little as 30 to 60 minutes per week can lead to maximum risk reduction of all-cause mortality. This means that even one short weightlifting session per week can significantly lower your chances of developing these conditions. When it comes to strength gains, this 2017 meta-analysis by Ralston and colleagues found that 81% of strength gains were achieved with just 1 to 4 sets per exercise per week. And last but definitely not least is muscle growth. One 2017 meta-analysis by Schoenfeld et al. Found that while more sets equals more muscle growth, at least to a degree, just 1 to 4 sets per week can yield up to 64% of the maximum gains achievable. However, it's crucial to acknowledge the limitations of these findings. The meta-analysis primarily included studies on untrained or recreationally trained individuals, with only 2 studies focusing on trained lifters. Interestingly, studies on experienced lifters suggest that the gap in gains between different training volumes may narrow. For instance, one study examining the effects of training volumes on muscle size found no significant differences between 3 sets, 6 sets, and 12 sets among experienced lifters. In other words, the more experienced you are, the less volume you can get away with. So, in conclusion, while a 30-minute workout may not be optimal for hypertrophy, it can still provide a great deal of muscle and strength gains, especially if you've already spent a few years in the gym. Now, before we jump into the actual workout, let us first go over a few important principles you must follow in order to get the best bang for your buck out of this 30-minute workout. First, train close to failure. Studies have repeatedly shown how going to failure or close to it leads to better hypertrophy outcomes. Simply put, training to failure creates more muscle growth stimulus via increasing the number of muscle fibers that experience mechanical tension. Since volume will be limited, I recommend aiming for an RPE of 10 for each set. In other words, take each set to the point where you cannot perform another repetition with proper form. This will ensure that you're pushing your muscles to their limits, stimulating as much growth as possible. Second, incorporate drop sets. Research published in the Journal of Sports Medicine has demonstrated that drop sets are just as effective as conventional straight sets for promoting hypertrophy gains in a shorter duration. Drop sets involve performing a set of an exercise to failure or near failure, then immediately reducing the weight by 20 to 25% and continuing to perform more repetitions to failure without rest. By extending the set beyond failure, drop sets stimulate further muscle adaptation by efficiently increasing training volume in a short period. Third, perform antagonist paired sets. Antagonist paired sets are essentially supersets where you're training opposing muscle groups rather than the same muscle group back to back. One 2010 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, where they compared paired sets to traditional sets, concluded that paired sets may be more effective than traditional sets in terms of volume load. One study comparing grouped supersets and separated supersets found that separated supersets cause significant significantly less muscle damage, resulting in shorter recovery periods. Another study revealed that training efficiency and performance declined when supersets involved exercises targeting the same muscle groups. Conversely, when supersets focused on different muscle groups, exercise performance was better and thus more efficient for muscle growth. Therefore, it's wiser to superset opposing muscles, like pushing muscles with pulling muscles, as this allows muscles to rest while others are engaged, optimizing overall workout efficiency. So, now that we understand the principles we must follow to maximize our training, let's go over the 30-minute workout that hits every muscle. Exercise number 1 will be performed as a superset. Start with a chest-supported row variation. By keeping your upper arms tucked 45 degrees from your torso, you'll be hitting the upper back and lats equally, along with the rear delts and some biceps. A supported variation also creates less fatigue compared to a bent over row, for example, given that we want high output from the lower back and hamstrings later on. Hitting these muscles also serves as a good warm-up for the joints for heavy pressing. Immediately after, you're going to superset with an incline dumbbell bench press. Dumbbells offer a time-saving advantage as well as allow for a greater range of motion. For instance, the dumbbell variation will allow you to get your arm further across the body, resulting in a more shortened contraction. With this exercise, press with the arms 45 degrees from your torso to give equal emphasis on the chest, front delts, and triceps. Rest about 2 minutes, then do one more superset before moving on. Next, it's time to hit the quads and adductors with the leg press. The leg press machine is user-friendly, allowing for heavy lifting, easy warm-up, and safety during use. For these, I prefer using lighter loads for higher reps, ideally 12 to 15, resulting in more total volume and also allowing for shorter rests between sets. To complete the leg portion of this full body workout, enter the Romanian deadlift. For the RDL, remember to push your butt back and keep your hips high, as this will ensure the tension remains on the glutes and hamstrings. From there, we'll move on to dumbbell lateral raises for one giant set where we're running the rack. For those who may not be familiar, running the rack involves performing drop sets progressively using lighter dumbbells as fatigue sets in. This can also be done using cables by simply decreasing the weight each time you hit failure. This technique is excellent for maximizing muscle fatigue and promoting hypertrophy in the deltoid muscles. And lastly, we have the biceps and the triceps performed as an antagonist paired set. First, set the pulley low for cable curls. An easy bar, straight bar, or even a rope will suffice. Perform a set of 8 reps, then immediately move the pulley to the top and superset with overhead triceps extensions for another 8 reps. And while a traditional triceps pushdown would also be a viable option, in a recent study, researchers discovered that overhead triceps extensions produce approximately 40% more hypertrophy than regular press downs. So there you have it, a simple and effective 30-minute workout that hits every muscle group. Perform this workout or a variation of it 3 to 4 times per week, and you'll have no problem building muscle and gaining strength without running yourself into the ground. And if you want the exact details for the workout, sets, reps, rest, etc., I've included those in the description below. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. And if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond and want to speed up those muscle gains, then check out our video, 8 proven ways to speed up muscle growth after 40. Just click the link on the screen and learn the science-based strategies that build muscle faster. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.